Hello, folks. I am Eric, and comic books are back. Today is Thursday, April 6th. Let's look at the calendar. April 6th. So, it's been a while since I've made one of these videos. I injured my back, and between missing work and paying medical bills, paying for a chiropractor, some people would say that's not medical bills, but paying a chiropractor and missing work, I just didn't have the money to go pick up comics. So today I finally was able to go and I picked up all of the floppy books plus one extra thing. So I didn't pick up any of the collected editions, and they have piled up. There are 3 epic collections, 2 omnibuses, and then a bunch of other trade paperbacks and stuff. But we're going to go over 4 weeks worth of floppy books, as they say. And so this is in no particular order. I didn't go through and figure out which weeks these things came out. So this is just what has accumulated over 4 weeks. And we're going to start with The Last Ronin, Lost Years. What issue is this? Number 2 from IDW. I actually have 2 copies because I pick one up for a guy at work. So this is the Lost Year from the Last Ronin story from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There you go. Simple enough. I haven't looked at any of this stuff. I went in, I got it from my file, and came home. So then we have Danger Street from DC. It's Black Label. This is, again, I don't know what issue this is. 3, probably 4. Book 4. I like that black and white cover with a little bit of red on there. From Tom King. I'm not going to have a lot to say about this stuff because it's been so long. This is exciting, though. We're getting close to the end here. Deceased, War of the Undead Gods, number 7 of 8 from DC Comics. Great. All of these miniseries, the series of miniseries have been fantastic. Marvel's zombie stuff. I will say I did not look for any alternative covers. I just took what they gave me. So what you see is what I got. I didn't even look at any of the other stuff. Right, we have Harley Quinn, the animated series, Legion of Bats, number 6, which I believe is the last issue, based on the animated series, which is fantastic. Is this the last issue? It says the end on the last page without looking at anything else. But the first mini-series they did that was based on the animated series was really fun. So we'll see how this goes. Then another one. I'm going to take a quick look. See if it says the end. Alternate covers. I don't know. This is Earth Divers, Kill Columbus from IDW. It's issue 6, written by Stephen Graham Jones. So I don't know if this is the last issue or not. It's Stephen Graham Jones. I'm going to pick it up. I can't tell you anything about it because I don't know. I haven't read it yet. I'm so far behind. Next weekend, not this weekend coming up, not Easter weekend, next weekend I'm taking a day and I'm just going to read comics all day. I'm going to be such a bum. Women of Marvel, number 1 from Marvel. It's a little anthology book with a bunch of stories about a bunch of the women of Marvel, by a bunch of the women of Marvel. I like these things. these anthologies. And looks like a bunch of good characters on the cover. We have Door to Door, Night by Night, number 4 from Vault Comics. This is a Cullen Bunn book, so you know I'm going to pick it up. About door-to-door salesmen who also fight monsters. And then, all right, I don't know what number this is. It's definitely not on the cover because there's only a picture on the cover. This is Nightwalkers, number 3 from Source Point Press. There's the back. Another Cullen Bunn book, his vampire story. Again, if it's Cullen Bunn, I'm going to get it. And it's horror. Then we have a one-shot that came out last week. Oh, what is this? There's something. Oh. Anyway, it's Jeff, number 1 from Marvel Comics. And it's just a little anthology book, I think. I think it's just a bunch of little stories and things about Jeff, the land shark. He's Jeff. He's so cute. Jeff is a fun character. Introduced in West Coast Avengers, the last run that book had. And then he was with Gwenpool. And then he was with Deadpool for a while. And I think he was left on the mutant island of Krakoa last time I saw him. Since I don't read every Marvel book there is, I don't know what other appearances he may have made. But it's Jeff. Then we have, once again, we're going to take a look. All right, the penultimate issue, Batman and the Joker, The Deadly Duo, Book 6, DC Black Label, a book where apparently Batman and the Joker have teamed up. Took a quick glance in the back, it says to be concluded. There's a little artwork from the back cover. Then we have Stillwater, issue 18 from Image. This is written by Chip Zdarsky. It's a really great book that I'm not going to tell you about because it would spoil it. There's a huge thing in the very first issue that I don't want to give away. I mean, like, if you really want to know, we can talk spoilers down in the comments. But this thing that's in the first issue is the driving force behind the entire series. Great, great stuff. Then this one was a surprise, and it's the end. Didn't realize this one was coming out. This is Heart Eyes, number 5 from Vault. Really cool book about the world being taken over by monsters and people living underground. But there's this young woman who can apparently just walk around above ground without being bothered by monsters. It's weird, but it's cool. Last issue of that. Then we have DC's Legion of Bloom. This is their spring special that they do every year. And this has, what does it have? Poison Ivy, different stories. It's an anthology. But there's Poison Ivy, Batman, Blue Beetle, Titans West, Swamp Thing, Captain Carrot, Wonder Woman, and Superman. So stories featuring all of those, different writers, different artists. Again, always a lot of fun to read these short stories by different creative teams with different characters. Then we got a couple of the oversized books. We have Swamp Thing Green Hell number 3, which is another DC Black Label. And I believe this is the last issue. I think it was just a 3-issue series. And this is number 3, right? Book 3. One that took so long to come out, they had to reprint the first issue before putting issues 2 and 3 out. But I can finally read the whole thing. Then we have another DC Black Label. This is Waller versus Wildstorm. Book 1. So it's Amanda Waller versus, and it looks like it's got Deathstroke on the cover there. I mean, it has Deathstroke. I shouldn't just say it looks like. But Wildstorm, I believe, was a book created by, for Image. I think it was an Image book that came over to DC when Jim Lee came over to DC. I wasn't a big Wildstorm fan, so I can't say, but I think that's the case. So apparently Amanda Waller is going to fight those guys. Don't know, because it's just came out. And then finally, the non-floppy comic book thing is this book, Kolchak, Nosferatu. And it's featuring stories by Nancy Holder and Alan Phillipson, John Everson, Christopher Sequeira, and Jerry Huntman. So little anthology book of Carl Kolchak, the Night Stalker. Big fan. This is from Moonstone, who they do comic books. I don't know if they still do comic books. I haven't seen a comic from them in a while, but and these novels and stuff and short story collections. I have another Kolchak novel from them on order, but this came in. Very exciting. And then finally, just previews. There's the big catalog. There's a new Conan series coming out. And whatever that is, Void Rivals on the flip side. And the DC Connect. And the Marvel previews. So apparently there's an Ultimate Invasion book coming out. And on the back there's a new Hulk, The Incredible Hulk #1. Which I've read about. It sounds really, really interesting. Hulk has been a book I get in trade paperback. Been doing that for a while. I'm not going to start getting floppies. Wait, which way does it go? That way. All right, that's it. So, a whole bunch of stuff that I know almost nothing about because I'm out of the loop. I'm behind on reading. Now I'm behind on buying and picking stuff up. But I'm going to start catching up. I'm going to go next week. Pick up the new floppies and some of the collected editions. I can't jump all in and get the omnibuses yet because those things are big and expensive. But there you go. I don't really have a question, so does any of this catch your eye? What would interest you, or what does interest you? Are you a fan of Stephen Graham Jones? Let's throw that out there. I have to read his latest book one of these days. But, yeah. This has been sort of a seat of my pants video this time. Been working long days. Now that my back is okay, and I'm back to working 10-plus hour days, I'm a little loopy. So hopefully, this hasn't been the worst video ever. All right, so if you have any comments, questions, or corrections, put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is ErikSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I have for you this week, so until next week, read more comic books.